Now, it's time to make this video here. Which part 2 banner should you be summoning on? And I think, especially compared to part 1, it might be even more competitive because one of the banners has an LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and the other has an LR Super Gogeta. Those are very peak hype characters. A lot of people are also fans of Goku Frieza, so we'll just be talking about the value of each banner and what you get from summoning from it, and I'll leave it up mostly to your guys' decision whether you're going to summon on the Dokkan Fest or the Carnival. There's also going to be the tickets, right? I believe the ticket variants of these banners very likely should be also appearing when these banners drop as well, so that's something else to consider. But we're first going to look at what the banners themselves are going to be, because I think that's, at the end of the day, going to be the final deciding factor. Actually, we already had it brought it up here, but this Dokkan Festival banner, I think, you know, if we're comparing this to the Vegito banner, it pretty much clears it, I think. I think every slot is more or less just a better, like, pairing to compared to the other Dokkan Fest versions. This Gogeta banner is absolutely insane. There's tons of very useful characters. Super Gogeta himself is very dominant, right? I think early on Vegeta, he's not gonna be slot 1. Once you get the Goku card out, he can slot 1 for you and help you in a lot of situations. But Gogeta himself, man, chef's kiss. I think this is easily top 3 character in the game. Not really like any competition, really. I mean, full HP recovery, you can get up to 80% reduction plus guard, pretty much. I feel like she's supporting not multi-turn, but rainbow orb changing, 54% support there. Like, you get to turn 5 and this guy is a win button as well. Same with Vegito. Both him and Vegito, I think, are basically win buttons. So obviously he's insane. Bounty and Beerus, I actually really like his design. I think for a successor support character, he's also healing. He's doing pretty good. I'm quite a fan, actually. And he also stacks attack and defense whilst guarding with dodge. Yeah, no. Just overall good banner unit, honestly. I actually think that this guy might be better than the Hercule banner unit, right? Then, obviously, the 2 brand new characters are going to be very useful and very nice. What about the other characters on the roster? We have Int Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. This guy has one of the best just teams in the game right now with uncontrollable power. In fact, we'll literally bring him up right here. This Broly is just so oppressively good right now. Uncontrollable power will continue to get buffs, man. Buhan, Janemba, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Kid Buu, Tech Janemba, LR Janemba, Super Z Broly, all these Brolys, right? Well, except for this guy. Bio Broly is really good. These two, Int Fat Buu, like, oh my goodness. This guy is just something else, man. This Deck Broly team. I mean, in Broly team specifically. I mean, he is just in a spot where you get that domain up and he doesn't die. He is really good in the new fights, right? The Battle Hardened Foes fight. This guy is able to pretty much pummel them very easily. He's able to sit in slot 1 if you need him to. He gets stunned the first phases of the fights, right? Multi-turn support for defense could be really useful for you. He has a revive in turn 5. He's just doing a lot, man. This Broly is good. Beast Gohan, surprise, surprise, Beast Gohan is also very good. I don't really think I have to say much about, like, you know, oh, how good is Beast Gohan. He has a Team Protector mechanic from turn 3. He is pretty much just invincible in slot 1. Yeah, no. You put this guy in slot 1, and he's just absolutely cooking. Just a very, very nasty character, man. This Beast Gohan is just... He's just dumb. He's just very easy to use. He's giving ki to everyone. He just helps protect your team so well, right? That's absolutely amazing, right? Fusion Zamasu, not a bad option. I've seen people use Fusion Zamasu in some difficult content. I'm not going to say he's crazy, but you can actually get away with Fusion Zamasu, this guy. So if you don't have him, it could potentially be a useful character for certain events. You could probably get away with him in Battle Hardened Foes, which is the new fight, because he starts off with this 80% reduction, man, and just float him off, and he's pretty much just not gonna be the character that'll get you killed most of the time. GT Duo, these guys have aged a little bit, but they're still good, I think, overall. The Year 7 LRs will get an easy A. We can't say how good they are yet. UI Goku, I mean, this guy is one of the best units in the game still. I think you could argue this guy's like top 10, top 15 range, man. This guy's incredible. Full power Frieza, very good. Now, this is Boo Tanks. We don't know for sure if this is going to be Boo Tanks. I think that there's a chance that this is Tech Gogeta, Tech Super Gogeta. Considering that this guy wants a Rainbow Orb Changer early on as well, I think this could be Tech Super Gogeta. So that's really good, right? Yeah, no, I mean, if that's Tech Super Gogeta, I would say after this guy EZAs, no one on this banner is bad. This is like a perfect banner to summon on. No matter who you get, it's pretty much a W. Now, this banner's maybe a little different because I think right off the gate, Kai Goku and then this Carnival Tech Goku, they're not going to be good. And they're not going to EZA for some time. Maybe this guy can later this year, but this guy not for at least another year. This guy EZA'd, he sucks, pretty much, I can't lie. Y'all, this Vegeta right here is kind of mid. Kaioken Goku, we're waiting on his EZA. He could potentially be good, we don't know yet. This guy got a Super EZA that releases in 2 days. Based on his details, I think he could be useful, but I'm not really too sure. Now, what I will say about these top 5 is that they're all pretty good. I think Tech Broly, best design unit in Dokkan history. I think a lot of people do consider this guy. I mean, he's just not able to lose, right? Keep him on slot 1, which is the danger spot in the rotation. This guy will never lose for you, as long as obviously he's on the leader scope boost, right? But this guy's very consistent in what he's doing. He's just doing what he's doing for the most part. After the first, like, what, 5 turns of the battle, you could kind of maybe run into issues with him, but not really. Physical Blue Gogeta. This guy, I would say, is good. He does want longer fights, and he does want to be protected a little bit early on. But if you're able to do that, he does have the target mechanic, which can protect your rotation. Future Gohan, another pretty aged well unit, right? Just like Fusion Zamasu, he has 80% reduction pretty much just starting off. He does have to attack first, but once he gets his attacks off, this guy is not going to be really a character that will cause you to die, pretty much. Now, Goku, Frieza, and Gohan, I think people are looking at their details and they're not really too satisfied with them. I think Gohan is going to be really powerful, though. That's for sure. I think Gohan is going to be able to be showing off a lot. This guy seems like he's going to do more so like a slot 2 damaging role compared to being a slot 1 god, which I think a lot of people wanted this character to be a slot 1 god, and they look at his details and maybe they're disappointed, but 158% plus 158% turn 5 plus 80% here, and this active skill giving him another separate 58% multiplicative. At least 2 58% start of turn. This guy's going to be hitting really hard, I think, actually. His defenses should be pretty good once this is active and he attacks, especially with this here. I think this Gohan's going to be very powerful. I don't think I would say he's like, oh, best unit in the game worthy. But he's definitely up there with some of the best units in the game, 100%. Now, this is the character where I'm kind of a little the most iffy about. I do think that in battle-hardened foes is where this character could shine. Frieza's kind of weird where this is HP restricted damage reduction, and that's all his like defensive ability. If he doesn't get this off and he gets hit by super attacks, he will take a lot of damage. I mean, even against normal attacks, he could potentially be in danger. I don't really think he will be like, oh, without that, he's gonna die to normals in a lot of situations on a turn 1 situation, right? He's also supporting 2 turns to these 2 teams, which 77% for 2 turns is very, very useful. He's not gonna have issue with Ki either. But the thing about this Frieza is he has this great chance to stun. And most of these fights with the battle-hardened foes, the first phase you could stun. So if you have this guy in a floating spot, he has 70% chance to stun here. He'll debuff their attack, and he also, what's the word? Like, if you get super in slot 1 in that rotation, you could pretty easily fall under 77% HP. I guess the only thing about this guy on like the Tournament of Power team is that your UI Gokus are going to be slot 1. So it's either they don't take damage or they die. It's what happens. That's the only issue with this on the Tournament of Power team is what I'm really thinking. But on their own Battle of Fate team, it might not be too bad actually. So that could be really, really good. You'll be able to exchange it to Goku later on. And Goku is pretty much just like gonna be a really good slot 1, I feel like. He has this full heal active skill that he can get. This will be very nice to see, right? When he gets that full heal active skill. That'll allow him to make sure he gets his passive guaranteed. He's 59% reduction plus guard in slot 1. And if you don't need to use the active skill, you could switch back to Frieza the next turn and get their active skill off, which will do some pretty decent damage, I feel like, after you get a little bit of stacks with Goku. Low-key, though, I feel like the Miracle Universe 7 active skill, you might not really need to use. And I think this active skill is probably better for what it's doing. Giving you the Rainbow Key Sphere changing at the heal. Like, again, you flow Frieza off turn 1. Turn 4, Goku appears. And then Goku is going to be able to have, I mean, technically he doesn't even have to be in slot 1. You could put him in slot 3 still. And Goku will full heal you, basically. I like what this character is doing for that fight. So I think they could be really interesting there. And I think they'll actually be overall good, right? Just when we consider everything that's going to be happening with the game. But, yeah, in comparison to this Carnival banner part 2, I would still say this banner is better. Like, the 5 characters here are stronger. I think I like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Kauk and Goku could be good. That could be 7 good units. Compared to this part 1 banner, I mean, Grade A Vegeta we'll see, but the Gammas, they're decent at this point. Like, if we're comparing the Gammas to Carnival Gogeta, I definitely would use Carnival Gogeta over him. Thunder Hope Trunks, Carnival Gohan, like these 4 right here are eh. Janemba's nice, though. So it's not as bad, but I would say I might like Goku Frieza and Gohan above this guy, this Blue Evolution Vegeta. But I might like Super Saiyan 4 Goku better than these two. So it's kind of pick your poison there. But again, keep in mind, we're also going to have tickets. So the ticket variants of this banner will be out tonight, like I said. Either way, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later time in my stream.